Experiment number 2 we are taking up for the vapor compression test rig. Vapor compression test rig is here, and again our purpose will be to find out the coefficient of performance of this vapor compression setup, refrigeration effect which the setup is developing, and the work of compression which the compressor is absorbing. So let us talk about the various components of this vapor compression system. It is using Freon 12 as a working substance, and we keep on changing. This is a setup which is a purely experimental setup, and we keep on changing the working substance from Freon 12 to Freon 22 or R123A or all environmental friendly refrigerants we are using. Sometimes we are using the blends of those refrigerants, and nowadays we have also done experimentations using the nanoparticles as a part of the cooling material in addition to the refrigerants which are kept inside this, and then we have compared their performance with the performance of the one refrigerant alone. So those type of things are also, this is a basic unit which is also used for the sake of research. So this can be started from the switch. There is a switch here, electrical switch, and then the power switch here. So now this starts the compressor. We have got the compressor here. This is the compressor, and basically this is a concealed unit. The word used for this concealed unit is hermetically sealed compressor, and this hermetically sealed compressor is a compressor which doesn't allow anything to go inside and anything to go outside of this thing here. The compressor is mounted on the same shaft as that of the motor, electrical motor, which is inside this. So now the compressor is supplying the outlet of, this is the outlet of the compressor, the red one, the compressed refrigerant going out of the compressor through this red line, and this line goes to, this red pipe is going to the condenser. This is a condenser here, and basically again this is the same condenser which is the radiator of the, which is actually the radiator of the automobile, and they have used it here as a condenser. So this is the inlet of the condenser, and the outlet of the condenser is the yellow line. The red line is the inlet of the condenser. The yellow line is the outlet of the condenser. This is yellow line. This yellow line is the outlet from the condenser. The air after the working substance, the refrigerant, which is Freon 12 in this case here. Now this Freon 12 can be changed. This is the setup which can work with any of the refrigerant. So you can keep on changing the refrigerant. At present it is loaded with Freon 12, yeah, R12. Now the yellow line is the outlet of the condenser. This outlet of the condenser is going to dryer. This is a silica gel dryer. This is silica gel dryer. From silica gel dryer, this is going to the expansion device. This is the expansion device. This is basically a capillary tube expansion. This is a bundle of small diameter tubes which is responsible for the expansion through throttling, expansion by throttling. The outlet of this capillary tube is a green pipe. This green pipe is going to the evaporator. This is the evaporator. The coil of the evaporator is here. You can see the coil of the evaporator. This is the coil of the evaporator, which is quite cool. Coil of the evaporator, which is quite cool. Now this, I'm closing it. The outlet of this evaporator. The outlet of the evaporator is a green line. This one. It is going to the compressor back, which is a suction of the compressor. This outlet of the evaporator, which is the suction of this compressor, is joining again to the compressor. Now this is all the flow of the refrigerant in the in this cycle. For instrumentations, we have got the pressure tappings, and these are the two pressure tappings here. This is the red one is the discharge pressure, and the blue one is the suction pressure. And these tappings can measure the pressure in different units. It can measure the pressure in kilogram per centimeter square, which can be converted into bar, and at the same time, this can also be measured in PSI, the pounds per square inch. So these are the pressure tapping. In addition to that, we have got temperature tappings at the outlet of the compressor, at the suction of the compressor, outlet of the compressor, and the inlet of the evaporator, outlet of the evaporator. At all these 4 points, we have got temperature tapping, which can be read by the digital mode. The digital temperature meters are there. I just show you that one, which is by moving the knob, we can find out the value of temperature. These are the various tappings of temperature here. The T1 temperature, the temperature which is at the suction of the compressor. T2 is the temperature which is at the outlet of the compressor. T3 is the temperature which is at the outlet of the condenser. T4 is the temperature which is the temperature at the end after the expansion wall, which is minus 9.2, after the expansion wall minus 9.2, and T5 is the evaporator temperature, which is 21.8 in this case here. So this is the we have got the digital measurement of temperature, which is the measuring the temperature at various salient points of the setup. So this is the arrangement for temperature measurement. Okay, this is the rotameter here, which is measuring the flow rate of the refrigerant around the circuit. The float is there, which is stable at the reading of about 11 liters per hour. Okay, so discharge, this is discharge gauge, red one. If you read the reading of the discharge gauge, it comes out to be 5 kilogram force per centimeter square. And the suction pressure gauge is giving about almost 0, which is in the millimeter of Hg column. We will not read that, we will read 0. 0 gauge pressure means about 1 total pressure, because gauge pressure plus the atmospheric pressure is equal to the actual pressure. So we have to add up the atmospheric pressure here. So it is 1 bar almost here at the suction pressure. Now these are the voltmeter and ammeter readings, so which can also give us how much energy is consumed by the compressor. Then this is the energy meter, which can also give the amount of energy which is being consumed by the compressor. And the heater we are not considering here. And there is some arrangement of thermostat here, so which can change the readings. So we have taken one set of reading. If I change the setting of thermostat, we will have another set of reading coming over here. So this is the basically concept here. The other part of this experiment is now the calculation and the plot of this cycle on the pH chart. At present, we are equipped with the two pressures. The pressure value we are having, and then all the temperature values I have read, and this is in the camera. So all the 4-5 temperature values we have got. So with the help of these temperature values and the pressure values, we will draw the chart, all salient points of this vapor compression cycle on pressure enthalpy chart, and read the values of enthalpy, and then we will find out the refrigeration effect, work of compressor, and the COP of this unit. So this will be shared in the form of the calculated slides, which will be showing the calculations and the presentation of the cycle on pH chart and everything in the subsequent slides. Thank you.